reacting to the Tory Lanez situation, but I had to take it down because I stated in error that the GUN was registered in his name. Anyway, I am just still speechless. I honestly thought that he was going to be found either not guilty of all charges or guilty of a lesser charge. So when the verdict came back that he was found guilty of all three charges, I was like super surprised. And not because I didn't think he actually did it, because I do believe that he is culpable for the gunshot, for the GUN shot. I do believe that. But just based off of how the prosecution handled the case, I mean, there were so many holes in that because there's so many things that they didn't follow up on or that they didn't investigate further to me that I felt like hindered the case based off of the commentary and the information that was being reported from different people and outlets that were actually there. What is that? That were actually there at the courthouse. So I am still in shock. Like, and I think a lot of people are still in shock because the rebuttals that the defense was given, like Tory Lanez had, like his lawyers did a really good job. So, like from what I understood from the commentary that was being supplied and the information that was being supplied by the different outlets, is like it seemed like he had a really good representation, a really good defense. The rebuttals were really good. So I just was surprised. Like I just really did not, based on how the prosecution handled this case, they fumbled so many parts of this case based off the inconsistencies with Meg, um, and then like Kelsey changing up or like omitting certain things that she had initially said in her previous testimony that she recorded prior to trial. The fact that she took a lot of that back or just played like, oh, I don't know, or pled the fifth, it was just the whole case has just been a circus. So I initially, discussed this case when things first happened back in 2020, but I got so frustrated because of the different things that Meg would come online and say it, and it would just wouldn't add up. I'm like, you said this the first time, and then now you're saying this. Like it's just not making any sense. And it wasn't to question whether she was, shot or whatever. That was pretty obvious. Yes, she was, but it was just the inconsistencies in her story, like in her recollection of how things played out. It just wasn't adding up. But we have to keep in mind you have three people who were drinking heavily. So I don't know that we'll ever 100% find out the full truth of what happened, in my opinion. Will we ever find out the full truth? I doubt it. There were three people who were heavily drinking. So anyway, you guys, this is a win for Meg legally. But I don't know if this is going to be a win for her as far as her career, because there's a lot of people that are upset with that verdict. Not that that matters, because the whole point of the case was to get justice for Meg and someone be held accountable for shooting her, in the foot, or the fragments that were in her foot based off of whoever shot the gun. But there was a lot of like reasonable doubt there. So that's what I think is so shocking, is that based off of the information that was being supplied online via different outlets, it had seemed like there was so much reasonable doubt there as to what actual bullets played the part in her getting hit, because there was gunpowder on Kelsey and there was gunpowder on him. So it was very like unclear, like what, even if they were tussling over the GUN, or if there was some type of struggle going on there, it was unclear like which ones ended up, in Megan. But you know, I guess it is what it is. I'm not in the court. I was not in the court, so what do I know, right? There's probably a lot more information that that I didn't hear that was stated in court. A lot of testimony there, so congratulations to Meg for her win. I do strongly believe that Tory Lanez's team is definitely going to appeal this verdict. And it was stated that Tory Lanez's dad actually stood up in the court after the verdict was read and was really upset and made some statements. He was just really, really upset with the prosecution. And yeah, so I don't think it's gonna stop here. I think there's gonna be more to come with this as far as trying to appeal and different things like that. But yeah, we have our verdict, so it is what it is, you know. this is a win for Meg legally. We'll see how this win turns out as far as her career. I know a lot of people were just not feeling the fact that she was giving inconsistent information, or the fact that she did not even affirm that there was a physical altercation between her and Kelsey. I know a lot of people were questioning that, like, why did she leave that information out? So I think it was more or less, you know, guys, I don't know. This case was just all over the place. It was a circus. But anyway, that is my reaction. I'm completely shocked. Um, I'm in shock. I'm speechless. So, congratulations, Meg, on your win. I do hope that this serves as some level of justice for what happened to you. And hopefully everybody can move forward from this point. Okay, I'm out, y'all. Smooches.